A 22-year-old aspiring teacher shot and killed during an attempted burglary. The victim's father outraged after learning her alleged killer likely should have been behind bars. He was only free thanks to clerical errors. Let's bring in Logan Federico, father of Logan Federico. Stephen, thank you very much for joining us. For all of us hearing your story, we just can't imagine what it's like grieving the loss of your beautiful daughter every single day. First, share with us what happened with Logan.
Logan was doing exactly what she always did. She was having a good time, visiting friends at colleges, once a month, it seemed like, from Clemson to UNC Charlotte to University of South Carolina. She had friends everywhere. And really just was down there visiting some friends and a gentleman that she was dating, and never came home. Never came home.
So sorry. And we have her pictures up on the screen that you provided us. Just a beautiful young woman with so many dreams, as you have detailed to us, an aspiring teacher. It was described that this was a random crime at a May 5th press conference. And after learning more details about her killer, you take issue with that. Why?
Well, listen, random is random. Okay, random is just something out of the blue. That's my definition of random. Random isn't given a career criminal opportunity. And he was given opportunity at several different levels, okay? From missed fingerprints, which they can't even tell me if they were actually taken, or whether there was a malfunction of some sort, from deal making to drop charges to, less serious charges. So he's back on the street. If you look at him and his background and his resume of crime, 39 arrests, 25 felonies, and I think a little over a decade. He spent a little over 600 days in prison. That's it. And in one stint, the longest he stayed was 400 days. Something's really wrong with that.
I'm quoting you directly. You said, there are more people fighting for the rights of a career criminal than fighting for the right for my daughter to be safe. You say that there was a series of clerical errors that led to him being able to walk freely and eventually walk in attempt burglary that ended with the killing of your daughter. What is it that you learned was happening along the way that allowed him to, we just showed the 13 of Alexander Dickey's mugshots. You just detailed his lengthy rap sheet, 40 criminal and traffic cases between 2013 and the present, sentenced in 8 cases that have involved charges of robbery, drug possession, larceny. I mean, the list goes on. And sadly now, this career criminal is charged with the murder of your daughter, 2 counts of first-degree burglary, among other charges. So why was he out on the streets? Why was he free?
Well, let's not forget, though, one of his charges was armed robbery with a gun.
Yeah. And
it was dropped to a lesser charge of a first offense, from what I understand. He was out on the street because the lack of fingerprints that were taken or either lost or just not given the sled, and from solicitors that continuously give them lesser charges. That's why he wasn't in prison. It's as simple as that. He should have been in prison for 10, 15, 20 years just from the previous crimes that he committed before some of the armed robberies. Okay? He should have never met Logan. Yeah. So, there's many levels of who has to own having blood on their hands for Logan, okay? It's not just the solicitors. It's not just the mistakes with the fingerprints. He was given opportunity of a gun. He was given opportunity to gain access to Logan.
And I know now there's a lot of finger pointing and who dropped the ball here and letting this person out and able to kill your sweet, beautiful daughter, Logan. And I know, Stephen, it is your goal to get out there and tell her story and to help not let this happen to someone else like her. And we're here to.
Yeah, we have to. Like, now the goal is to come together as a community, but not only as a community, but as elected officials.
Yeah.
Elected officials have the power to help fix this. And I need someone on my side. And if they're not going to be on my side, then they got to get out of my way.
Well, we're telling your story
because this
here.
can't continue to happen. I can't live with myself if this happens to one more person, but I want to save 100.
Well, we're so sorry for your loss.
Things have to change.
Stephen, thank you very much. We cannot imagine how difficult this is. Beautiful Logan, gone way too soon. Thanks so much.